Beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day, y'all. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing today, all right? Just heads up, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy, and we are on day 3 today, right, of the level up. Now, the podcast version of day 3 is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little bit more informative, all right? So we're going to tap into the daily vibration, and then we're going to talk about exactly what you may need to be working on today as we're moving throughout day 3. Day 3 is going to be about remembering, but it's also going to be about non-attachment, letting go, right? Putting things out there, but not getting too attached to an outcome. Understanding that no matter what, right, everything is going to work out for your good and for your benefit. There's always a lesson, and there's always something beautiful unfolding if you take the time to change your perception and see things working out that way. Now, I apologize for the echo. It is an echo in this room. So let's jump into it. Today is March 31st, 2021, right? No, wait. I want to let you guys know, because I did not say this, right? If you are clicking on this video and it is not March 31st, 2021, keep in mind it is okay, because energy is fluid. You ought to take what you need and apply it, okay? So if this message resonates and vibrates, you take what you need and you use it. If it doesn't resonate and vibrate, you go ahead and you leave it, all right? I understand that this channel is not for everyone, and not everyone that says they want to level up really wants to level up, right? Now, let's talk about a few things today. So first of all, we got double 2s, and we also have double 3s popping up in the date today, as well as double 1s. So we got a lot of master numbers going on, okay? So I'm not even going to get into the mysteries of the 33 or even the vibration of 11 or the vibration of 22. You guys can go ahead and do that research on your own, or if you tap into any of the lectures or any of the lives, you may be able to find that information is, given there. Now, when you reduce the date down, right, you get the vibration of the number 3. So let's talk about the number 3 just for 1 second. Number 3 rules the gateway to your memory, okay? This is really where you begin to understand that there's an ego aspect of you and there is a soul aspect of you, and you begin to tap into, use your mental capacity to imagination, to the things that you can dream, create within your mental capacity, right? So number 3 can really help you to tap into your archaic memory, right? Now, one of the 7 Hermetic principles is, or the first Hermetic principle is, everything is mental, right? So the number 3 really is the gateway to the mental plane that can tap you into your memory, your imagination, and everything that you can't see literally within the physical realm, okay? So that's a powerful realm, that mental realm, because everything really actually stems from your imagination. Everything really is mental. Okay, so now you got that vibration popping off today. You also have number 2 in the date too, right? We've been talking about this number 2 because it is 2021. So we're going to be talking about the number 2 and the number 5 for the rest of the year, right? Because the year is vibrating on 5. And obviously we have 2, in 2021. Number 2 is all about the gateway to your intuition. This is where you start to tap into your soul plane, right? So this is more the spiritual aspect of self, your intuitive aspect of self, right? This is where you begin to learn to trust not so much what you see in the outer realm, but what you feel, right, in your inner world, okay? So that is in the atmosphere for you today. Now, what you may find with the number 2 today, some of you may want to be the peacemaker, right? Now, remember yesterday the challenge was, or really what you were working on the leveling up was being able to give, especially give what it is you feel like you want or need, right? Whether that was support, whether that was forgiveness, whether that was money, whatever that was what you were supposed to be doing yesterday in the level up, right? You were supposed to be giving, okay? Now, I also mentioned that this giving aspect, right, as well as taking the first step, is something that you're going to have to apply every day. So whenever you feel you get stuck, you may have to rewind and go back and take a step, right? But the giving principle is going to be required throughout the next the next 98 days now, okay? So now, or the next 97 days, okay? Now, let me just say this also, right? Jumping off within 2021, also, when you reduce that down, you get the number 5. Number 5 is all about change, okay? Now, if you are not open to change this year and you still want to be very stuck and regimented, you may find a lot of ups and downs as you're moving throughout this year, right? Now, I can tell you right now, I have a lot of fixed energy in my chart. So one of the things that I personally am working on is being flexible, going with the flow. Now, anybody that really knows me, knows that that is big, okay? Because I like order and structure. So for me to step out of that comfort zone is huge, okay? So going with the flow is going to be important for some of you moving throughout the day-to-day, but in particularly moving throughout the year. Remember, this year was coined mental and emotional chess, okay? Now, I'm also, this should be a really nice plug too for those of you. So remember I told you guys that we're going to be doing some lives as well as some lectures as we're moving throughout the 100 days. So that's going to be kicking off next week. I believe it's Wednesdays and Fridays, right? The live is going to be on Wednesdays, and I believe the lectures will be on, not Fridays, Saturdays. I'm sorry, Wednesdays and Saturdays, all right? So you guys will start seeing those flyers go up with the information about that. Super excited about that. So everything that I'm chunking down in these daily vibrations, we will go into details in the lives and in the lectures. You definitely want to make sure that you're tapping in if you get stuck on any one of these steps that we're taking throughout any of the days. Okay, now, today is Wednesday. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, which is all about communication. So you want to know that that energy is also in the atmosphere, all right? Also keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, the moon went into Scorpio early wee hours in the morning yesterday, right? So I did not check before I started recording, and I normally do. I believe the moon is still in Scorpio because I believe it moved into Scorpio yesterday. Did it move into Scorpio yesterday? I'm going to tell y'all right now. Yeah, the moon moved into Scorpio yesterday, so the moon is still currently in Scorpio. So you can still feel a lot of that emotional depths. You can still feel a lot of maybe holding on to emotional things in the past, and now they're starting to flow up, especially within this Aries energy. You may want to lash out a little bit. So be mindful of that energy because the sun is in Aries, you know. Aries deals with anger, but Aries can also deal with you being able to take action. So instead of using that anger energy and applying it and giving it towards energy that's not really going to yield you anything, you may want to take that energy and apply it to something that you want to get done, okay? Because the moon is in Scorpio, so you're gonna, emotional depths of things, maybe emotional stirring, maybe, you know, a lot of shit that you thought you got over, maybe stirring up today, and all of a sudden, you know, you're talking about shit that happened maybe 2-3 weeks ago and shit, or maybe 2-3 years ago, okay? So be mindful of your moving throughout that energy today, okay? So let's talk about the number 2 for one more second, right? I want you to know, once again, being the peacemaker today may be necessary for you to tap into your wholeness. You may have to walk away from a situation today so you're not caught up in any of that emotional bullshit today, okay? So be mindful about that, all right? So keep it in mind, number 1 is the key to your communication skills. This is where you begin to express the divine spirit through your ego, okay? So tap into your assertive energy today. So some of you may have to speak up with assertiveness today within this energy, but the number 1 energy is also about moving forward, right? So we got the number 7 popping off in for March, right? And March is coming to an end today, and the number 7 energy was vibrating definitely on the 7 power centers, your chakras, right? So you should have been doing some type of chakra work as we were moving through March because that energy was there to assist you, all right? So number 4 is in the atmosphere, and I just want to say number 4 is about you doing today, okay? So you have, today is the 31st. If you reduce that down to 1 digit, you get the number 4. Which means some of you are going to have to do. There's a lot of doing, feeling, as well as thinking energy in the atmosphere today. Usually in some days you have more, a more saturated energy, but you got double numbers in all realms today. So you really, especially if you're an empath, you really want to pay attention to your energy today and be mindful to tap into what your needs are today. Okay, so here we go. Today, day number 3, the steps that you need to be taking is remembering who you are as well as learning to detach or not to attach yourself to any particular outcome. Right now, you're going to have to remember who you are as you're going through this process, because a lot of times when we start a project, or when we start a relationship, or when we start healing, or when we start anything new, there's always a capacity for you to fall back and not feel so confident in that in which you are now venturing out in, right? So today you're going to take the day to remember some of your triumphs, right? Especially with yesterday's assignment, which may have been a little difficult for some people, because yesterday it was about giving, right? And giving sometimes is a selfless act, right? And it is a selfish act sometimes for some people, but giving truly from a place where you're not expecting anything back in return from one particular source, because you understand as you give, you will receive, right? That is a principle that you're going to have to take out throughout the next 97 days. Okay, that's something that you're going to have to continuously do every day. You really should practice an act of giving, even if it's a kind word, a kind gesture, a cup of coffee, whatever that may be to you. You want to give, right, that in which you are seeking support. Like I said, money, love, whatever that is, forgiveness. Practice giving that same thing that you are requiring. So today, as you're moving along with being able constantly to take that step, right? So the challenge every day that you're going to wake up with is taking a step towards whatever it is you set out for the next 100 days, right? So every day you need to be taking a step towards that. Every day a step, one thing every day. What is your one thing that you did on Monday? What is your one thing that you did yesterday, Tuesday? What is the one thing that you're doing today, Wednesday? Okay, what's that one thing, right? Then you incorporated giving yesterday. So now, not only do you have one thing that you're going to be doing towards what it is, but you're also going to be incorporating giving. How can you give today? Think about that. And it doesn't have to be something monetary unless that's what you're trying to accumulate, right? Now, see, this is why you're going to have to come to the lectures and come to the lies, right? Because I'm going to teach you how money is energy, and how money can turn into an energetic currency, and how money can also show up through people, okay, through ideas, okay, even through experiences, all right? Now, non-attachment, right? And remembering who you are is going to be what we're working on today, right? Remembering who you are is going to be important. I want you to remember today all of the times that you thought you couldn't make it and you did. I want you to remember maybe that one thing you thought you couldn't do, but you did, and how you felt after you accomplished that. I want you to remember today how you have overcome so many other challenges in your life that you didn't know that you was going to get through. The challenges that you thought you were stuck. The challenges that you thought that you didn't know where that money was going to come from. You didn't know how you was going to get through this broken heart. You didn't know how you was going to get through this ailment, right? I want you to think about your challenges that you've overcome, so you can remember how strong you are today. I want you even to think about the things that you're good at that you don't give yourself credit for. Remember those things today. I want you to remember all of the skill set, right, that you don't take credit for, that you have, that you can apply to this business that you're starting, right? I want you to remember all of the love that you've given out to others that you can now be open to receive back to yourself. I want you to remember who you truly are. I want you to remember your superpower. I want you to remember everything that you need and that you may have been seeking outside of yourself. I want you to remember today that that dwells within you. So today's the day about remembering. You're not seeking outside of yourself for anything today. You're going to remember. You're going to tap in to remember when you came up out of something that you didn't even think you were going to make it from. Everybody got that one thing, whether that may have been finishing school, whether that may have been getting that promotion. Everybody got something. Everybody got that one thing, right? Even if it's one thing. Shit, everybody might have 5 things. By the time you start to remember, you may start to remember all of these different experiences, and your day get filled with your power, okay? So the goal of remembering today, so you can infuse yourself with your personal power. And then I want you to release, right? Because the art of releasing is going to be able for you to bring all of that lovely energy back into your atmosphere, right? So remember who you truly are today. Remember what you've overcome. Remember how you've loved. Remember how you've forgiven, right? And then you're going to detach yourself right? From all of that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy, and know that it will be returned to you. Okay? That's the goal today. Remembering and then attaching yourself and trusting the universe to guide you towards exactly where you need to be today, right? The goal is to get yourself out of fear. We're always in a perpetual state of fear and bombarded by a lot of negativity. So the goal is to get you from there. Okay, so practice remembering today and non-attachment. Bye, guys.